Hello everyone and welcome to the program Business Point on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. Today we'll be giving you global business updates. Basically, we'll be looking at Naira and dollar, the reaction going on in the parallel market, and also the CBN and its new policy and the basic needs that is required by bureau de change operators to be able to make withdrawals from Apex Bank. But the CBN has given a mark of official bureau de change operators to be able to withdraw around 25,000 US dollars on a daily for businesses and for business. Also, we'll be looking at the angle where the US Crypto Summit will be holding today, and that summit, at the wake of the summit, has been able to give Bitcoin a little bit of edge as it has dropped to around $92,000. So we are witnessing a bullish trend in the cryptocurrency world. And then looking at Nigerian All-Share Index, we witnessed a bit of dip from Tuesday, Wednesday, and also from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But on Thursday, that was yesterday, we witnessed a bullish run where the Nigerian All-Share Index gained and then transcended and then break a spike of gaining around 0.32% gain margin on that note. So we'll be having all of those conversations on today's edition of Business Point, and also we'll talk about the Treasury bill auction that happened on the 5th of this month. That's a day before yesterday, and the current realities that is being faced by the auction. So we'll be starting up from Naira and dollar. Let me bring you up to speed with that as Naira falls sharply to 1,580 Naira in the parallel market on decrease or on the increased dollar demand. The Naira on Thursday fell sharply against the dollar by 3.5% in the parallel market, popularly called the black market. Data collected from the street traders and online data collecting platforms showed that Naira depreciated by 55 Naira as dollar was quoted at 1,508 Naira compared to 1,525 Naira as at Thursday in the black market. The local currency had appreciated to a high of 1,485 Naira per dollar last month in the black market, and also this signs shows a bit of momentum closing the month of February at that range. But the gains are not sustainable, says a whole lot of individuals, mainly experts, says the gain is not sustainable because the gains are not sustainable, said by Ayokule Olubumi, head of financial institutional rating. He says the gains are not sustainable, and then he went for that to also say devaluation in 2025 would not be as steep as that of 2024. There will be still some devaluation that would be needing to happen. Then the president of Bureau de Change, Aminu Gandabe, president of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators here in Nigeria, says that the consistent and unavailability and unfavorable off rates limited participating banks, lower margin, and business uncertainties contributes to the uncertainties we are looking at and we are witnessing within the Nigerian Naira and dollar. According to him, the combination of all the above factors creates an atmosphere of losses of confidence in the framework for supply, triggering of currency substitution, and also awakening of speculations activities, and leading to the unfortunate current Naira retrogression from strength to weakness. This is the concerns that he puts out based on the fact that availability of Naira is one of the reasons that is causing a whole lot of constraints in those angles of businesses, that is in terms of the exchange. That's why Nigerian Naira is suffering a bit of a dip from strength to weakness. So there has been an increased demand for dollar currently just this past few days, and then it has shown negatively and it has impacted negatively in the strength that the Nigerian naira was wielding a couple of weeks ago. Now we are seeing that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's plan for naira is to be stabilized at 1,500 naira based on his 2025 budget. Now with this current stability, we can agree from November 2024 up to February 2025, we've been able to witness the naira stabilize at 1,500. But with the current integration and also the high demand of dollar has weakened the Nigerian naira. So the Crude for Naira initiative is actually one of the major initiatives that was created by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to help strengthen the naira against the dollar in the open market. And then the floating of the naira again is another avenue that was created by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the naira to be able to gain a little bit of momentum and, compete with other currencies in the open market. But we're seeing a different challenge and a bit of dip from all of these sectors. But we'll see how it pans out based on the initiatives that have been created by Central Bank of Nigeria on how to help the Nigerian naira stabilize around 1,500. So we'll be expecting to see the Nigerian naira rebound back. Forecast have actually said and projected before the close of business today, we're expected to see the Nigerian naira rebound back to around 1,550 naira in the black market before the close of business today. But definitely we'll get to bring you all of those updates before business close today. Moving on, let's have a conversation around the CBN debt management odd at the 364-day National Treasury Bill rate drops to 6 months low. The National Treasury Bill MBTL's rate drops to 6 months low of 17.82%. The federal government of Nigeria, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, has released the results of its Treasury Bill auction conducted on the 5th of March 2024. The auction, which offered 650 billion naira, saw strong investors attracting 1.92 trillion naira in total subscription, with the bulk of the bids directed at the 364-day instrument. Despite the heightened demand, the stop rate on the one-year Treasury bill fell by 17.82%, the lowest level since September 2024. As the Debt Management Office continues to push back against rising borrowing costs, this comes aimed at the apparent divergence between the CBN, which wants higher rates to attract foreign investors, and Debt Management Office, which urges the excessive yields, increasing debt servicing costs. Breaking down of the auction shows that the latest auction saw strong participation across three maturities, but the 365-day bill dominated demand, accounting for 94% of total subscriptions. 91-day Treasury bill says the CBN offered 70 billion naira, but they received 62.57 billion in subscription and allotted 61.52 billion at a stop rate of 17.00%. 182-day Treasury bill offered at 80 billion naira. It attracted 60.5 billion naira in subscription, with an allotment of 50.95 billion at stop rate of 17.7%. For the 364 Treasury bill day, the most sought after instruments with 500 billion naira on offer drew 1.8 trillion naira in bids. The government allotted 717.97 billion naira, with the stop rate closing at 17.82%, down from 18.50% in the month of February. In total, the government allotted 830.44 billion, overshooting its initial 650 billion naira offer as demand surges higher. So for investors who are looking to invest, despite the fact that there is a bid, but there's a dip, but it still shows that there is a light. The light is shining at the end of the tunnel for those that will be investing within the 364-day Treasury bill. So it shows a significant increase, but the dip now is something that a whole a lot of individuals have reacted negatively to. That's talking about Nigerians now. They've reacted differently and negatively to it based on the fact that the current rebasing of the GDP is supposed to show that there is means, there are means that is going to affect the treasury bill in the sense that it's going to affect positively for the interest rate, and then the stop mark should be around 19 and not 17, not deeping. So people expected a bullish trend. Analysts and business analysts and also policymakers have given their projections, saying that based on the rebasing of the economy that was done in the month of January, they were expecting to see a spike, but that is not what they are facing currently. The Monetary Policy Committee team also still maintained its level at 27, the interest rate at 27.5%, based on the fact that they need to study and then overhaul the system before they would know what would happen next. If the reduction of the interest rate at 27.5% will be, the interest rate will be reduced, or is still going to be maintained at 27.5%. But the main aim for all of this, as it says by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the CBN and also National Bureau of Statistics, is to help maintain and then cut down borrowing power of individuals and also maintain the level of inflation that we are facing currently, because they've argued that the Central Bank of Nigeria and the NBS have argued that tightening the monetary policy is actually one of the major ways to be able to curb out inflation. But individuals, public affairs analysts, business analysts, and policymakers have argued differently, that the major cost and the major way that inflation is going to be curbed out or reduced is going to be towards the aim of having enough purchasing power and having massive production in the system, and also tackling insecurity. All of these things are actually going to be attributed to, curbing out inflation, because the major driver of Nigerian inflation, not just Nigeria, inflation worldwide, has to do with the high cost of food items. So when there'll be massive production and also individuals having purchasing powers and SMEs having the power to borrow to be able to run businesses, on that note, we will be able to see that individuals and then the Nigerian inflation as well, and the GDP would grow and inflation is going to be reduced to its minimum. We'll be going on a quick break, and then when we return back, we'll be having a conversation around the O-share index as it goes up by 0.3%, breaking the 3-day losing streaks that the Nigerian O-share index has been facing. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
That global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world.
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
Yes, many thanks for staying with us. If you're just joining, this is Business Point on Global Television, and I am Samuel Odi. Finally, the Nigerian O-Share Index, that's talking about the Nigerian Stock Exchange, has broken its three-day losing streak by going up with 0.32%, or you could say it increased by 344.24 points, closing at 106,780.72 points on the March 6th, marking the end of the three-day losing streak that began earlier in this week. This represents a modest 0.32% rise from the previous day's close of 106,426.48, despite a slight decline in the trading volume. Daily trading volume fell to 374.6 million shares, down from 3.67% from 389.5 million shares traded the day before. Market capitalization, however, rose to 66.8 trillion naira across 11,447 transactions, compared to 66.6 trillion naira reported in the previous trading section. The market summary current ASI opened today at 106,708.72 points. Previous O-Share Index was at 106,436.48 points. The day change is at plus 0.32%. Year-to-date performance is at plus 3.74%. Volume traded is at 375.6 million shares, and market capitalization is at 66.8 trillion naira. All of this shows that still the market trading volume dipped slightly to 375.6 million shares from 389.5 million shares from the previous day, reflecting a 3.67% decrease. Market outlook this shows that the O-Share Index appears to be in a retracing phase, having declined for the 3 consecutive days before staggering a 344 points correction. This pullback may offer opportunities for investors looking to enter at lower price if the index is not considered overbought. It could set the stage for a potential upward rally. So we're expected to see a bullish trend from today up to next week. That is if investors' confidence is still there and they are looking to get into the stock market at this level, given the fact that it has depreciated. Talking about the O-Share Index, the market and the prices are looking favorable for investors that are looking to get into the market at this point. So when you get into, if you get into the market at this point, I want to run with your money, you would be able to hopefully expect a bullish trend from today all through to the following day. That is what the outlook is saying at this point. So we'll be moving away from that. Today is going to be the day where US Crypto Summit will be happening, and Bitcoin reclaims 92,000 naira tag ahead of the summit. Yeah, so Bitcoin is currently on a bullish trend as we speak. Based on this current development, Bitcoin has witnessed a remarkable surge of 6.23% in price, rebounding to over 92,000 US dollars amidst the climate of mixed market sentiments. The analysts are forecasting key resilience level ahead of the highly anticipated US Crypto Summit. The cryptocurrency market experienced a resurgence, with the global market cap climbing by 4.89% to reclaim the $3 trillion milestone. This positive momentum comes just before the scheduled cryptocurrency sparkling optimism among investors. However, despite this upward trend, trading volume has decreased by 20.30%, reflecting cautious in the market. The fair and grade index remained at 30, signaling lingering apprehension, while Bitcoin's price recovered from its 24 hours low of 86,987.02 cents, that is in dollars, to current level around 92,000 US dollars, offers resilience to short-term traders and drop in volume to 51.9 $0.84 billion US dollars, underscores the tentative market sentiment. Other major gainers, major cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and XPR, have also seen gains, with Ethereum climbing by 6.42% to $2,300 and XPR rising by 4.02% to $2.54. Solana follows suit with a 5.52% increase, reaching $149. And then what we should see and expect from the upcoming cryptocurrency summit scheduled for today is expected to be a pivotal event for crypto space, featuring over 25 participants, including members of Presidential Working Group on Digital Assets. The summit could usher the critical regulatory development and policies. Looking at all of these angles, Bitcoin Malaya commented on the anticipation, citing that people are unsure and waiting to see what happens next, e.g. the US. For example, now the US Crypto Summit is very, very optimistic. A whole lot of investors are looking and waiting to see what's going to happen, what the market is going to look like immediately after this summit. This optimism rebound comes after Bitcoin dipped below $80,000 US dollars in the month of November due to geopolitical tension and tariff threats. This market awaits further clarity from the summit, which is expected to have significant implications for Bitcoin's future. So there are a whole lot of currencies coming out currently, but based on what is happening, Bitcoin is the mother of all of them all. When Bitcoin dips, every other currency dips. But when Bitcoin surges high, every other currency follows suit and surges high as well. But looking at all of this now, investors are waiting, and from what they are saying now, just maybe immediately after this summit in the US, a lot of persons have argued and have predicted that there will be a massive bullish trend that would go on in the world of cryptocurrency, as the price dipped a couple of weeks ago and again is rebounding gradually. So based after this summit, we will definitely bring you updates from the summit, and also we would figure out what is going to happen next in the world of cryptocurrency. This is how much time will permit us to take on Business Points today. Many thanks for watching. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you again as we talk more business. Do have a great day ahead.